Is the price of Bitcoin going to surge past $100,000 in 2021? Well, to help us make this prediction, I'm going to share with you a basic analysis technique that you can apply right now. Let's get into it. How's it going, guys? Ryan here and welcome back to another investing video, and today we are once again talking about crypto, and specifically we are talking about Bitcoin. What is the price of Bitcoin going to be in 2021, and is it going to reach over $100,000? But before we get into that, guys, please remember to give this video a thumbs up. It helps me out so much with the YouTube algorithm, and subscribe for more investing, stock market, wealth management, and crypto related content. I'd love to know your thoughts down in the comments section below on whether you think Bitcoin is going to hit over $100,000 in 2021. So without further ado, let's get straight into today's video. According to the website CoinDesk, we can see Bitcoin hit an all-time high of over 61,000 US dollars in March of this year, which is absolutely insane considering that only half a year prior we were sitting at roughly only $10,000 per Bitcoin, and significantly less prior to that. As we all know, Bitcoin fluctuates wildly, and as a result, how are we able to predict the price movements over the long term when it comes to Bitcoin? And can we actually predict if Bitcoin is going to hit over 100,000 US dollars in 2021? Well, today I'm going to share with you a basic technical analysis technique using trends in order to do so. I'm going to jump into my computer right now and show you exactly how it's done. Now, if you've watched some of my other videos, you'd be very familiar with this website, TradingView.com. It's absolutely free, and that's why I love to share it with you guys. And not only is it good for stocks and commodities, but you can also view Bitcoin related or any crypto related charts on here as well. So just to be clear, I have absolutely no affiliation with this website. I just think it is a fantastic free tool that you can access. So let's kick it off. What we're looking for is Bitcoin versus the US dollar. So effectively, if we type in BTC and then find BTC USD, that is what we are looking for and basing all our assumptions on. We can then go into the full featured chart, which will then effectively enable us to use the bar graphs. And as we can see here, as we discussed, the rise of Bitcoin has been absolutely crazy, but along with that, the fluctuations have been insane as well. If we zoom out just a bit, we can see that on a smaller scale, it went absolutely crazy a few years back over here, then came back down and settled. But as we've seen a massive rise now, how do we actually go in and predict price movements? Well, effectively what we want to use is something called Trendlines. If you've seen some of my other videos, in particular my video on gold, you would have seen this technique used. Not only can it be applied to stocks or commodities, it can be applied to crypto as well, and Forex or anything else for that matter. What we are using is trends, and effectively all you need to do is find the trend. So basically, to find the trend, what we want to find is the point at which the stock's price or the Bitcoin's price or the commodities price, whatever it may be, in this case the Bitcoin, the cryptocurrency's price, where does it hit at a bottom point? And what we're seeing then is effectively a resistance point forming. So I'm going to take it from roughly here because we can see a dip here, and I feel like it's actually not a bad spot because we can start trending. And basically what we can see is if we draw out a trend line over a period of time, we can see, okay, where are we sort of hitting the bottom? Oh, look at that. We've had a few key dips hit this point here. Does that mean it's a trend line? Not necessarily, but we'll keep going. Effectively what we can do is bring in some more lines, and what we want to do really here is, let me just delete this one, we want to find a channel. So all I'm doing right now is searching for a price point. It doesn't have to be perfect at all at the start. What we're finding is the trend. money is obviously going to be all over the shop. And what we're doing is just finding out exactly what's going on. And I'm trying to look more long term. So I'm trying to find a ceiling. We're trying to establish effectively what is known as a trading channel here. And in order to do that, you've effectively got to determine the price at what the bottom is and the price at what the top is. So basically, if we grab these trend lines, let's keep having a look. It's quite hard. I reckon the price action sort of runs along this line here. And as you can see, it dips. And you can see it's actually dipped below the line here and recovered. But the majority of the trading is occurring within these parameters. And typically what I like to do is I'll delete that. I want to have an exact parallel line to find the trading range of whatever I'm looking at, in this case, Bitcoin. Now that for me is effectively the trading range. You can see it hits the top there. Once again, it's hitting the top there multiple times. It tries to break out past that point. It does not succeed. It dips down to the bottom line and then bounces off that resistance point and continues upwards. We can see some anomalies here. Obviously, ignore those. You're going to get them. The only thing that is quite concerning here is more to do with the fact that you have this section here where it dipped and that looked like the price was actually going to fail. But this is effectively called a false breakout. So these, you can see, obviously it's breaking out beneath the support point as opposed to up here, whereas above the resistance point. So it was trying to break down and reverse the ongoing trend that was occurring. But as we can see, now we've established this trading area, this trading channel. So how do we predict the price of Bitcoin and if it's going to hit 5,000 US dollars, sorry, 100,000 US dollars, what am I talking about, by the end of 2021? So here's December 2021. If we keep using exactly what we can see here, let's try and replicate it identically. Grab these, start moving in an upwards direction. Oh my God, will it let me go up? Apparently not. But what we can see is effectively the price, if it keeps going in this direction, is going to exceed over 100,000 US dollars if it keeps going on that trajectory. You can see it straight up, because here's the point right here, which we hit 2022. If we keep going up in this trajectory, we can see that the price is going to significantly increase, which is absolutely crazy. And what that also allows us to see is that the price of Bitcoin is going to keep going in the direction, in the trend that it is currently following. And from that, we can effectively discern, based purely on technical analysis, that the price of Bitcoin is going to exceed 100,000 US dollars by the end of 2021. Unfortunately, it's not laying me up to be able to continue those trend lines, but it's quite clear based on that trajectory. If you're going from, let's say, 2021, a price, when did we hit? Right here, 1st of January. What was the price of Bitcoin? $26,000. And we've effectively, what, tripled since that point? If we once again, and that's only by March, if this once again occurs, which it looks like it is likely to do, we are going to exceed 100,000 US dollars per Bitcoin easily, no question about it. And that is using a simple trend analysis technique by using these support and resistance lines in order to create a trading channel and work out the general direction of the stock or the cryptocurrency or the commodity, whatever it may be. Now, what happens if this bottom line's breached again? Well, what we will see then is potentially we're going down. What we want to see is a continued bouncing off the top and bottom resistance and support points in order to see that trend continue. If we see this breached and significantly breached, what we are going to see then is not hitting 100,000 US dollars by the end of 2021 because that point is broken. In saying that, we have a large amount of support at this 50,000 US dollar price range, which it's likely to bounce off. So let's say it broke through here. What you're going to see is actually probably just a bounce, quite simply, off this point here. Look, I'd say that's easily a point of support there, and it's going to bounce. As you can see, it is going down, and then it's going to go bounce back up. Hopefully that's what occurs. Hopefully it just stays in the channel and it keeps trading in the way that it has been and the trend continues. But if it does not, we will be looking for those support points for it to bounce off. As you can see, unfortunately, the charting tool would not allow us to exceed the amount of value that we are currently seeing, the price of Bitcoin from a, I suppose, forecasting point of view. We can't look into the future. We can't view above what the price history has been, but we can clearly see that the trajectory based on the history and based on the current trading channel is aiming for 100,000 US dollars or more by the end of 2021. And even if it does dip and it breaks down out of that trading channel and breaks through that resistance point, support point, effectively what that means is that the price of Bitcoin has a lot of support locations for it to bounce off once again. There's lots of trading action at 50,000 and all around there. That's going to be the next point at which we see some support really form and see if that support is going to be the point at which the price of Bitcoin does bounce off. If it broke through that point, then I don't think we will be seeing 100,000 US dollars by the end of 2021, but fingers crossed. I'm hoping, based on it trading within its current channel, that the price of Bitcoin will exceed $100,000 before the end of 2021. I'd love to know your thoughts on the price of Bitcoin and the price action we can expect to see from Bitcoin over the course of the rest of 2021. What are your thoughts? Do you think Bitcoin will exceed the 100,000 US dollar mark? I certainly hope it does, and I can imagine a lot of other people are feeling exactly the same as well. If you did enjoy today's video, please remember to give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more investing, crypto, wealth management, and stock market related content. And with that, guys, I'll wrap up today's video. I hope you did enjoy it. Have an awesome day. I'll see you next time. Cheers.